Hi, this is Candy. Let's go thrifting, starting with Goodwill. This is the one in Carolina Forest in the Myrtle Beach area of South Carolina. Let's go in and see what we can find. I tend to head straight to the dishes in this store because I've done pretty well here in the past. Look at these beautiful ones. They're $2.99 a piece, but I love the coastal theme and just the neutral colors of these. They were by Faltzcraft. I found some comparables. I don't need any more like this right now, so I'm going to pass on those. Look at these beautiful glasses. I'm not sure if this is the candle wick or the boopy glass, but I thought these would be so pretty for even just little votive holders. I love the glass little bubbles on the bottom, so I'm going to get all three of those. I did add some other items to my cart before I started filming. I really like this caged glass that's like a pineapple. In Myrtle Beach, the pineapples do really well for me in my vendor booth. I really like this candle holder that was also a seashell. The bottom of it is a really heavy wood and it's nice and well made. I like this. I'm going to use this as a tray, this little rattan mirror. Here I have it styled in my vendor booth so you can kind of see. And I also have two baskets. Okay, let's go back to the shelves. I'm going to be hosting a fall tea party and I need some nice neutral cups and saucers like this to kind of mix in with my other ones that have floral patterns. So I'm going to grab this one. I saw some glasses that caught my eye. Anything with an etch detail, I absolutely love. I thought about getting these for my tea party to do like a layered parfait dessert. But there were quite a few, but I need probably 15 to 20 that match. I know that's going to be hard to find, but I'm going to pass on those for now. Look at this beautiful pattern. I have never seen this kind of cut glass shape, and look at the handles on the sugar dish. I noticed that there wasn't any kind of ridge along the rim of the sugar dish, meaning that it wasn't meant to have a lid on it. So I think I'm going to grab these because look how beautiful those are. It looks almost like the Star of Bethlehem. I love it. In the mug section, I found these two. I do love my pinks. And I thought these were really pretty and simple. It looks like they were meant to stack like this. I did look to try to find others, but there were only these two. I like the speckled pattern, but I ended up not getting these and just hoping for another set. As I was getting ready to check out, I noticed this abandoned cart, and it had the matching seashell candle. The other one, I ended up being able to get it because nobody had claimed the cart. Next, we are headed over to the Market Common Goodwill. This is a smaller location and it was very busy today. I had to park on the side of the building, but the shelves were really stocked, so I was very excited. I found these little plates and the one right on top was what caught my eye. It had these little ducks, and ducks do really well for me in my vendor booth. So I ended up just getting that one, not the lighthouses. I have some other lighthouse pieces that have been hard for me to move. I really like this little corn dish. It was only $1. I think I'm going to use it for myself as a spoon rest in my kitchen. So I did add some other things to my cart while I wasn't filming. I really like this little seashell candle. I couldn't tell if the wick had been burned yet or if that's just the way it was, but I like the candle, so I'm going to grab it. I also got this old looking camera. I think it was just a decorative piece. It does open because it has hinges right there. It's like a little box container. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do like a floral arrangement in that. I really liked that white table, but it was elbow to elbow in the store and the carts were just blocking it to where I couldn't get to it. So I went back to the shelves and I'm glad I did. I found this beautiful checkered pattern bowl. The bottom of it is a metal base. It was $3.99. Here I have it in my vendor booth with some other kitchen items. I absolutely love this. It does have the Mackenzie Childs look to it also, which does really well for me. When I was in the florals, I noticed this wire piece, and when I got it down, I noticed it was a cute little bunny and to hold a candle. It was $4.99, but I just really like this simple look to it, kind of modern. I think that'll be perfect for my booth for Easter. I've been really into handmade pottery pieces. I thought this one may have been handmade, but it looks like it was just a mass-produced piece for $3.99. I like the sparkle on the top, but we're gonna leave that. I also wanted to look at this planter. I like kind of the rough, natural look of this one. Didn't have a price on it, so I'm not going to fuss with that today. I didn't see any other baskets or candle holders or vases in this area. On the top of the shelf, though, I spotted this unique piece. I think it's to hold bananas, maybe on your counter. It was very heavy, made out of metal. It was kind of cool, very interesting piece. I don't think it would fit in my house, but someone will find that and appreciate it for what it is and put it to good use, I'm sure. Near the checkout counter is where all the mugs are, so I thought that I would check them out while I'm here. I really loved this one. I wish there had been more of these because I love this little farm scene. This is Corningware. There was only the one, unfortunately, and I didn't see any other matches or any others that were catching my eye. I thought maybe that was one, but it was a different pattern. In the collectible items display case, they had these set of 2 for $45.99, which I thought was a little high. Here's what I ended up getting. In the back are those spring little scenery tags. I thought I could use them as price tags in my vendor booth. I just love all the birds and the flowers, and I'll use those when the time is right. So the next stop is the Habitat Restore. This is in Socastee, South Carolina. They have beautiful furniture here. This piece really caught my eye. I love the curvature of the front. Just a beautiful 4-drawer piece and a great price. I also love this beautiful vase. I think this is Fostoria glass. That's really pretty. In the main showroom, I also saw this incredible lamp. That part down there with the flowers was hand painted. I just thought it was so lovely and so pretty. Look how beautiful that was. $15 for this piece, and it was in great shape. And these type of oil lamps have been selling pretty well for me. So I'm going to add that one to the cart very gently, and we'll keep on looking. I debated about getting this lamp too because look at the beautiful hobnails on this. It has like a champagne color of glass, and it was so lovely. Oh, and it was only $20, which I thought was a pretty fair price for such a great piece, and the lampshade was in good shape too. These wood candle holders have been here a couple times now since I've been in, so I wanted to check them out. The smaller one was $10, but they were from Pottery Barn, so I'm sure that's why the price is high, and they were very well made, very heavy. I love the color of the wood and just all the different shapes of them and the sizes, but I'm going to leave those. This was a really cool piece. It was missing 3 of the shot glasses, but how cool would that be for a man cave? This was a beautiful piece of pottery. I love the colors on it. The handles are very unique. I couldn't find a lot of information when I tried to research it. I ended up putting it in my cart to think about it because I love that. Look at the inside, the blues and the greens. That is so lovely and so unique. Of course, I had to go back and check out that bowl. He was made out of cast iron, a piggy bank. Very heavy, well-made vintage piece for $30. Really cool. You don't see one of those every day. So now we are in the home decor section, and the first thing I saw was this beautiful pottery piece. It was $4, and I didn't see a signature on the bottom, but I'm pretty sure this is a handmade piece. Look at that beautiful curve on the lid. I love how it fits together and just the look of it. Then I realized in my cart I needed to put this red thing up to keep everything from falling out. And then I noticed that this beautiful piece had a crack in it, so sadly I had to put it back. I already have these Avon bottles, and I've heard that colonial items and collectibles such as these will even be more valuable and more desirable as we reach our 250-year anniversary. So those are cool, but I don't need them. I'll save them for someone else. I wanted to look at this piece of pottery too. I don't know what it is. I've been really drawn to pottery and handmade items lately. Look at this cute little teapot. It opens up. It has all these little characters. Look at that little teddy bear. This is so adorable. I know it's pretty kitschy and not for everybody, but I'm going to grab it. It's $3, and I think well worth the $3. Into the cart you go. I also liked these teddy bears, and when I looked it up, they had a pretty decent resale price on them. I just think they're adorable, and I love the Irish shamrock on them, so we're going to get that too. I saw another little picture here that looked like it could have been handmade pottery. $3. Didn't see a signature on that one. That one was really pretty too. And this piece on the end also had a really pretty color of glaze. Look at that blue and the red. Thought that was really interesting. Here's what the bottom said on that, but there wasn't an artist signature on it. So I'm not going to get that one. This one was really pretty. $4. And there's the bottom with the hallmark on it. This one was really interesting and also very heavy, but it looks like it was a newer piece, but I did like the colors on it. Anytime I see this color of brown, it makes me think of Hall or McCoy. These didn't have a hallmark on the bottom, but those are really cute. And look at this tiny one. It's only $2. It even had a tiny little cork in it. That's adorable. I don't know why I didn't get that, because that probably would have gone on my trinket shelf really well. And when I say trinket shelf, I mean my antique printer drawer. I do have a miniature one that I have filled with brass and pewter and silver items. And then I have a larger one that I'm either going to put in my living room area or even in my room. And it still needs quite a few trinkets. Look at this beautiful purple glass. This is $5. I love the shape of this and the color. I'm trying to show the color better. It's a very rich purple. Definitely going to get that. That is beautiful. And I do pretty well with glass pieces like that. I also thought these were kind of unique, but they ended up just being from Home Goods, so we're going to leave those behind. This was cool. I'm still drawn to all my metals and my pottery. This was $4. And looks like there's a signature on the bottom of that one. That one was kind of cool. These were beautiful. That is by Lennox. I recognize the color, like that perfect ivory color. This looks like the sugar dish. And that one didn't have a lip on it either, so probably meant to be without a lid. I thought this was a really pretty gold piece. I love like the daisy pattern on it. $10 for that. Clear glass is a little bit harder for me to sell unless it's a unique piece. This one caught my eye, but once I looked at it, it looks like there was a lip on it, meaning that it should have had a lid. So I'm going to leave that behind, even though that was really pretty. I like the frosted glass on these, the votive holders too. So I'm going to pass over that because those are just a little bit harder for me to sell. I thought maybe these were glass, but they were plastic. I wanted to see if there were any more cups and saucers or bone china pieces. I like these canisters. I thought for $4 a piece, those are really a great deal. I'm always drawn to roses and pink. This was a Yankee Candle, like candle topper. I thought maybe this was the piece that it went to, but then it just didn't quite look right. So I'm going to leave that since it didn't have the base that went with it originally. I have had this picture in my booth before. Look how beautiful it is. I probably should have got it. It was $10, which actually is a good deal. And it's just really pretty. I love all of the details on it. And again, with that bubble glass, I'm always drawn to that. I was debating it, and if it's there next time, I might grab it because I did already sell it once, so I know that it's a desirable piece, and it just is. It's a statement piece. As soon as I saw the top of this butter dish, I knew that it was a Limoges piece. There's the hallmark there on the bottom from France. Isn't that so beautiful? It was $5. That's the piece, that beautiful handle. I'm not sure what this would be for. I tried to research it and I didn't get any results. What do you think that top piece is for? Is that just like a flower frog? I'm not sure, but it was very interesting. The whole set was here, even the cup and saucer. Very beautiful purple pattern with the delicate flowers. I was really trying to figure out what this piece was for. It didn't seem like it fit inside this little dish, but anyway, moving on. I saw this cat. Look how cute it is with its little pink nose. It was $5. And I thought about it, and I just could not resist. I think that is so adorable. Yes, and I ended up putting it in my vendor booth, and I have a feeling it's not going to be there long. I also found this purple topiary. I'm not a huge fan of faux florals, but because my vendor booth doesn't have a window, I have to only do like faux plants. So I did end up getting that one just to add a little bit of greenery and color to my booth. I thought this bedroom suit was so beautiful. Look at all of the details. And the top was like this beautiful granite, or marble actually, marble with the dark wood. I love it. Look at those like scalloped. That's so lovely. So lovely. I also found this couch and the matching chairs. Look how elegant those are. Definitely not in my house. I wouldn't be able to put those in my house, but only $125 for that large chair. That's amazing. All of the Christmas items are still on sale. These were hand painted from 1990. They were $1 a piece. I loved how they had like different, like kind of like nesting dolls, I guess. Those are pretty cute. At checkout, they have another little section where they have some of their smaller items. There was this big bag of lighthouses, and I might keep some for my trinket shelf. The whole bag was $12, but I think there was 25 of these in here. I really like the black and white checkered one. So this is all that I ended up getting. I thought I did really well at this stop. I always love this Habitat store, and I'm going to be partnering with them soon on something exciting. So I'm excited about that. Next, I'm gonna take a little break and we're gonna go eat at Lecca Eats. This is one of my favorite restaurants in the Myrtle Beach area. It's kind of centrally located too, especially if you're thrifting these locations. Look how beautiful the inside is. It's so nice, the people are so nice, the food is incredible. I always grab one of their coffees. They have a lot of specialty coffees and teas. I got their smash burger today and it was amazing with the truffle fries. And then we're gonna go to another Goodwill. This one is the Surfside location on Loyola Drive. So let's head in and see what we can find. This location has the whole back wall is like home decor and holiday decor. I noticed in the lamp sections, I thought this was so cute, but the butterfly was broken. Otherwise, that would have been an adorable lamp. I love the mushroom. It's so cute. I always forget to check out the rugs, but I saw this one and really liked the colors and love the fringe. Like, look how pretty that is. I thought these neutral colors were really nice with the navy and the peach color. It looked like it had some wear and tear, but that's still a good, nice find. I did find this little corner basket for $3.99, which you could use this like in a bathroom. I love tiered trays. I've done a series of 7 ways to use tiered trays, and I can always find a reason to use one and to buy another one. I was coming here after lunch, and I felt like things had been kind of picked over. I wasn't finding much more that I was interested in. I thought that candle holder was pretty. In the dishes, I found these geese plates. These are pretty popular and do well for me. But I debated about getting the set of 4. And I think these are considered sandwich plates because they're a little bit larger than dessert plates, but not the full dinner ones. But I ended up just leaving those and going back to another Goodwill. This is the one in Market Commons. Sometimes it's good to hit this one a couple times a day at different times during the day. I thought this whole set was gorgeous. Look how beautiful it is. Here's the Hallmark. I love the detail around the rim. It looks so lacy and girly. I also thought this set was really nice, especially for the fall. This is Mikasa, which is such a great designer. I love all of their pieces, and they're just very well made. And these go with it so well. These are also Mikasa. That whole set was really pretty for fall. I also thought these plates were kind of nice too, with like the leaves on them. There's the Hallmark on the back for those. And then I have quite a few of those divided trays. I don't think I need another one. This was such a pretty lamp. Look at the bow on it. I love finding bow items. I was thinking for my booth at Christmas time, I thought this would be a really pretty piece. I thought maybe it was Yankee Candle, but it wasn't. And it almost had a Lenox look to it as well. I really like this box. It looked like it was hand painted. You can see that the front is like missing part of the hinge, which was kind of sad because I loved all the details on it. It was just such a nice chest. Hopefully it's $3.99. I was debating whether I should still get it or leave it behind. I also liked this piece. This would be nice on your dining room table to put silverware in and napkins, especially if you were having like a dinner party and kind of a family style. Then look at this beautiful sundial. It was a nice heavy stone. And I think I need this for my garden. $2.99 by Hallmark. I didn't know that Hallmark made such things, but that is so pretty. Definitely an add to cart. I love that. I also liked these 2 candle holders. In one of my short videos I did where you can put 2 candle holders together with like a wood box on top to make it into a little shelf. And every time I see these kind of candle holders, I think that's just such a great idea of a different way you can use them. I didn't know quite what this tapestry was, but it looked like it had been hand painted. Oh, bummer. This already had like some candle wax in it. Otherwise I would have gotten that. I thought that's pretty with the butterflies. Here's another pottery piece for $1.99. No signature on the bottom of that one either. This wood piece on the bottom caught my eye. I was trying to figure out what it was for. The side said United States Army for $2.99. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think they use that to hold? Maybe just mail? I'm not sure. I thought this was such a cool jar, $4.99, but I don't think that lid actually goes with it because it looks like it would need a lid that would screw closed, and that one, yeah, I even like the little bubble that was in it. I thought this was a really pretty candle holder. Imagine it with the votives behind it, like sparkling through the trees. I thought that was really pretty. $6.99 was a little bit much, but I did really like that. I love the trees on that and the fall scene. This was really pretty. This was I'm guessing a cake plate. It's made in the USA for $7.99. I'm just not sure about that concave shape there. As I was getting ready to check out, I noticed this chair. The leather on it was so soft. It was a beautiful piece, $39.99. Someone's gonna get a great deal on that chair. I also really like this chair too, definitely a vintage one. It was only $9.99, but look at all the detail in the carved wood. That is a beautiful piece. So here is my final cart of the day. I added this gold shelf mirror that I'm gonna use in my house. I am gonna get the box and see if I can repair it. I got the 2 candle holders. Thank you so much for coming along. I'll see you soon.